Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. And we're here at the Indigenous Student Center at the University of North Dakota. It's on 315 Princeton Street, right in the heart of campus. And we're here with the director of the Indigenous Student Center, Keith Malaterre. And Keith, it's great to see you and thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I have to give a huge shout out to Keith. He has been a central figure on our campus, a tremendous leader who has supported so many activities for our Indigenous students, but also for the campus itself. So thanks for all that you've done.
Thank you.
And Keith, let's start with a description of you and your background, your Indigenous heritage, and then also if you could talk a little bit about what Native American Heritage Month means to you.
Okay, sure. So I'm from the Turtle Mountains. I'm an enrolled member of the Turtle Mountain Band of Chippewa in Belcourt, North Dakota. I was born and raised there and lived most of my life there. So as all Natives say, Native American Heritage Month is every month. We don't only call November Native American Heritage Month. We say that it should be every day. But anyway, I know society recognizes November as Native American Month. And you know, it's a good time to celebrate Native American heritage, culture, traditions, and stories. And also to recognize you know, the strength and resilience that American Indians have in today's society. For what they've endured in history. It's also a time to recognize people who have impacted American Indians past and present. We have a lot of tribal leaders that have helped American Indians as well as educators. So it's a time to reflect on all of that. It's also a time for everyone to reflect that the contributions of American Indians and what they have provided for this country as the first inhabitants of this country. So it's a way to think about all those things and try to have discussions about them throughout the month.
So it's an important month, as you say. It should be every day, every month.
Yes.
But during this month, I know the University of North Dakota, through its history, has done things during Native American Heritage Month to honor contributions and the culture and the legacy. What things come to mind when you think of UND's involvement in Native American Heritage Month?
Yeah, so there are various places that are celebrating Native American Heritage Month on campus. The Indigenous Student Center sponsored a few activities. One was an open house on November 1st, and that was just a time for people to come to the Indigenous Student Center to have discussions on American Indian heritage, culture, and so forth. And then on November 4th, or November 6th, we had a scholarship night where students listened to Melvin Manette, the executive director of the Cobell Scholarship, and received some important information for that scholarship, which is one of the most prestigious scholarships in the nation. On November 12th, we had a staff member of the Sitting Bull College, Tiffany Baker Ramsey. She came here to do an arts and crafts activity with our students. It was called Parflesh. Parflesh is making a handbag out of hide, and she had deer hide. And so it was a very entertaining and educational activity, and our students all made something, a bag or some type of holder. And then on November 13th, we showed a Star Wars film in the Ojibwe language in the Union at the social staircase. And it was quite interesting because, I mean, not everyone's fluent in Ojibwe language, but nonetheless, it was entertaining. And then other things and then we've also been doing a scavenger hunt where I have identified 12 things on campus that are related to Native Americans. They can be displays or artwork. Students go and take a selfie with those items, and then they can win a hockey jersey. Other departments, these are the ones I know. RAIN had a RAIN recruitment of American Indian nurses. I had a breakfast on November 1st for students, staff and faculty. And then on November 8th, the Indians into Medicine program had a movie showing of at the Empire Arts Theater downtown. So there have been many events, and there's probably more. Those are just the ones that I know of.
So on the scavenger hunt, open only to Native American students?
No,
or
it's open to
others?
everyone. And we've been getting entries from all of campus. So it's pretty entertaining to see them take a selfie with all the places that we wanted them to go to.
Now, your role as the director of the Indigenous Student Center, you have many duties and responsibilities. Can you share with the viewers some of the things that you do and what you're responsible for?
Yes, my primary duties are to support American Indians in their academic, social, and cultural support. I do that in many ways. For academic support, I pretty much do whatever students need me to do, whether it's them helping them through a crisis, or assistance with scholarships, or financial aid, or housing, or any of the higher ed processes that may come up. I will do whatever I can to help them, and I always tell them, if I can't help you, I'll find somebody who can. And then for the social support, I do provide activities, monthly activities, for students to gather and to, develop friendships and just have a sense of belonging and community. And then for the cultural support, like I said, this month we did the Parflesh activity, but we also do other cultural events throughout the year. One of the biggest ones is the Wachipi Powwow in April.
In April, right.
Yeah, so we're preparing for that. That's a huge event. I'm also the advisor for the UND Indigenous Student Association. So they meet here at the Indigenous Student Center every Thursday. And they do some very active or interesting things.
Yeah, nice. So let me ask, how many Native American or Indigenous students do we have at UND?
That's a great question.
Because you're providing a lot of support, and my guess it's a substantial number.
Yes, that's a great question. So for fall semester, altogether we have 572 American Indian students. Of those 572, 197 of them have identified as American Indian only. The other students have identified as American Indian and one or more other ethnicities, but we still count them because they are part of our ethnic group. We get students from all over the place. Our Indigenous Health Program has really brought in students from across the country, especially the Southwest, the Northwest, almost in every state in the United States. But primarily our students are from North Dakota tribal communities and Minnesota and some Montana and some South Dakota. So we get students from everywhere.
Yeah, and then for those on the campus who aren't aware of your location or what the responsibilities and duties and support services are, where do you direct them? What do you say to them?
I always tell them to come visit me. I like to meet students in person or people in person. Stop by the Indigenous Student Center. We're, like President Armacost said, we're at 315 Princeton Street. We're right next door to Gamma Phi Beta sorority, and our building is pretty stand-out-ish because, or it stands out. We have an eagle sculpture in the front, and it's a maroon building. So stop by and check out the Indigenous Student Center and what it has to offer students, and you'd be impressed.
Yeah, and then they can get a hold of you by coming here, or how else?
Yeah, they can get a hold of me by either coming here, sending me an email. My email is keith.malaterre@und.edu, or calling my office phone, which is 777-6175, or even reaching out on our social media page. We do have a Facebook page called the UND Indigenous Student Center. Please follow it because we put activities on there and what's going on with the Indigenous Student Center on there daily.
Great. Well, Keith, thanks so much for joining me today and sharing the story of the Indigenous Student Center, but also a bit about your life and your contributions here at UND.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And to the members of the campus community, let me thank you for an amazing fall semester. I know all the hard work that has been going on across the campus. And as we head into the Thanksgiving break, let me encourage you to take time to relax, spend joyful time with friends and family, and reflect upon the fall semester and what still remains to finish off when you come back for final exams. But let me also really challenge all of us to look out for one another. I know that the stressors of life can sometimes be overwhelming, and look out for indicators from your friends and peers check in on them to make sure that they're doing okay. We have support services on our campus to make sure that those in need will get the help that they need, and we certainly want everybody to be safe and healthy. So with that, let me wish you a great Thanksgiving, and we look forward to seeing you when you get back and to finish off the semester. Thanks so much.